guys, welcome back to the channel. This is now video number 2 of the Offroad 240. Today Jake's going to be working on the motor, and I'm going to be building seat brackets for his seats, so after we get the seat brackets and the seats in the car, we can rhino line the bottom. I also got a tube bender today, so I'm super stoked on that because I love fab work. He's going to be doing a lot to this 240, so I'll help with that.
She'll be doing the tubed front bumper, the tubed rear bumper. We'll be doing them together, but a lot of the bending and stuff I'm going to let her do. And the whole rear tire carrier for the spares is going to get fabbed up also. Not sure how many bends it'll have, but it'll be, I mean, that part will definitely be up to you. And in the meantime, so right now she's going to start working on the seat brackets, and I am going to tackle the motor. So I got all of the gaskets and stuff in for it yesterday, so I'm going to get the gaskets replaced, get the oil pan put on. I have an oil filter relocation kit for it. I'm going to get all that stuff put on it and get it sort of ready to go in the car. So I have to get the fan taken off of it, get an engine harness for it. And then I'm running into a little issue right now with the intake manifold because my car already has like a returnless fuel line set up for it, but this is a return style with an inlet and an outlet on the intake manifold for the gas. So got to figure out what I'm going to do with that, but that's something we can figure out after it's already in the car. It's simple. So let's get to it. Alright guys, just got the valley cover taken off of the engine here, and it looks really good on the inside. It's actually really clean. You can see cam in there. Looks pretty good. You're going to get this gasket changed. So we're going to replace that guy and get this all cleaned up before I put the new one on it. So the gasket kit I got came with new seals for the knock sensors on the actual valley cover also, so we're going to pop these guys out, get the new ones put in, going to throw the new valley cover gasket on and get that button back up, and then I'm going to get onto the valve covers and move on from there.
Alright, so I just made these 4 plates. They're going to be sitting somewhere in these general areas. So one will be about there. About there. And this one might have to be trimmed just a little bit because it sticks past where it's supposed to. So I'm going to be taking this, which almost just fell on my head, welding it as low as I can to the bottom of these plates that I just built, and then I'm going to take the flat bar and go off of these. So these plates and this will be mounted to the chassis itself, and the brackets will be on the seats. So the plates that I'm building for his seat bracket, one of the plates is gonna need to sit right about here. As you can see, there is not a flat spot to get enough surface area for the weld. It would only be on the top and bottom. So what I did is I cut this piece of metal so it's almost cut all the way through, and I'm going to put it down right here, hammer it, because now there is a weak spot in the middle, and hopefully it'll fit a lot better. Alright, so as you can see, this fits a lot better this plate, so now I'm going to be able to weld a lot more around all the edges, so it's going to be a lot stronger this way. So we're gonna check the fitment on this. I cut this one at an angle because of the special plate that I made is at an angle.
How special is that plate?
Special enough for your off-road 240.
Sick! Alright, the valley cover is put back together and torqued down. Same with the crossovers here. These are torqued down and put back together with new seals. So now I'm going to go ahead and get to the intake manifold. Got the intake manifold taken apart, got the fuel rails pulled off and the injectors taken off. And I found a fuel rail just off of eBay that is returnless. So this one is a returning system, so you obviously have a lead and then a return. So I ordered one that is returnless. So when that one comes in, I can get the intake manifold put back together with the new injectors, get it back on the car. I'm going to clean this one up in the meantime because it's pretty filthy, and put the new gaskets on there. The kit I bought's pretty cool. It comes with new O-rings for the fuel injectors, and it comes with new seals for the bolts also for the intake manifold. So that's a plus. Okay, so I just got the old oil pickup for the truck pan taken off, and got the new front sump oil pickup put on. This is for the 240 pan. It's specifically made for this front sump pan. But I'm gonna get this guy thrown on with a new gasket, and hopefully the bottom end at that point will be done, and then we'll move on to the top. Just getting the oil pan set up on the bottom of the motor. Just about halfway done with it, and my friend Austin just showed up with something really exciting for the 240. Check this out. What's up, dude? What kind of headlights are those?
S15.
S15, huh?
Are you?
Woo!
Is that your new car or is that Jake's?
Oh, the Offroad 240 is getting S15 front end. What's up, Mike?
Hey.
Yo, this is so exciting, dude.
What's up, Ryan?
What's up, man? Hold on.
Woo!
What? Legit S15 bumper?
Legit S15 bumper. God, I'm gonna feel so bad cutting this.
Yo,
sick.
guys, the mold is gone.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. I'm literally so excited. S15 is my favorite S chassis ever, so this is like super stoked.
Alright, so I'm almost done with the seat bracket for the driver's side. This is what I've built so far. I mounted these plates to the body, and I also built these. These aren't welded in at all, but I wanted it to be as low as possible because Jake's head is already hitting the roll cage. So it's literally this far sitting on the ground on both sides. Next, I just need to get some flat bar, weld it together, but I want to make sure everything fits before I do any welding. So I will catch you guys then.
Alright guys, so new oil pan is on and installed. Got the filter relocation kit connected and installed also with the cooler, which is just sitting there now. Once we get it in the car, we'll be able to run the lines and actually mount it where it needs to go. But yeah, it came out pretty good. Looks clean. It's got the valve covers pulled off right now. Checking out the valve train, looks pretty solid. Everything's actually really clean. Motor's probably pretty low miles based off what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna do the gaskets and get them put back together. Alright guys, well that's pretty much everything I can do for today. Gonna have to order some more parts and then hopefully get her tied up and done. I mean, there's not a lot left to do. Pretty much the whole motor is freshened up, new seals. Gotta get the intake manifold cleaned up because it's a fucking mess. But I'm gonna pressure wash it and then dry it out and then let it sit for a couple of days while I'm waiting for parts. And other than that, once that's all back together and the fuel rail comes, I mean, the motor's ready to go in the car. So hopefully within the next week it'll be in the car. And let's go see where Darcy's at. Well, it's a little bit too dark out here to show you guys exactly what she's doing, so we're gonna catch base in the morning. See you guys then.
So So last night it was a little dark. You guys couldn't really see what Jake was trying to show you guys. So I made these flat bars to sit on top of the bracket that I have made. They're gonna sit just like that on both sides. And I'm going to bring them over here. I put the seat in the car. I measured exactly where I wanted them. So basically, let's see, this is the driver's side. I went just like this, drew the ovals, and I drew a center line. So I'm gonna drill holes in the middle of this bar, right where the ovals are, on each of them, and then they will bolt to this. I'm gonna weld a nut on the back side of this, so when he goes to remove the seat, he doesn't have to try to get a wrench underneath the seat. He can just undo the bolt because the nut will be welded. Alright, so this is going to be our first mock-up test, so we just left them snug so that we have some room to adjust while we're in the car. So we're going to take the seat over there, see how they fit. Does the seat feel okay?
Yeah, it'll be fine. It just slipped.
Is it back far enough?
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, they're ovalized, so if you need to
This
adjust.
is the problem. My head is above the roll cage. It's scary as fuck if we were to roll this thing.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
that's
what it is.
Literally as low as it can get.
I guess this bar's taller than my head. The B pillar is. That's good. Just the halo's not. But the B pillar is.
Anyway.
I know. Alright guys, so while Darcy was finishing up the seat brackets, my camera died and I didn't have an extra battery, so we didn't get to finish filming that part. But when she finished the seat bracket, I cleaned up the garage and we moved the car into the garage. So it is in here now, where we can hopefully work on it later and get more stuff done. But this is what the seat bracket looks like. It is all set up and tacked in place. We do need to finish welding it, but our welder doesn't really cut it. But yeah, so it's in the garage now. We have more room to work on stuff, and hopefully we can stay up later and work on it at night now because there's room. But yeah, that's it for this video. So we will see you guys on the next one, and like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hopefully you're sticking with us through this whole build. It's gonna be pretty sweet. So I look forward to showing you guys what else we've done, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.